almost always won in violence and bloodshed and a manifested impatience by taking up arms. Do you grow a little bit pessimistic about the philosophy of nonviolent resistance, however militant that nonviolence is?
No, I am more convinced now than ever before that nonviolence, nonviolent resistance, is the most potent weapon available to oppressed people in their struggle for freedom and justice. I think the aftermath is much greater for everybody involved. The aftermath of violence is bitterness, and you've got to spend another 100 years getting rid of the bitterness created as a result of the violent revolution. Wherein the aftermath of nonviolence is redemption and the possibility of the creation of the beloved community. Now, in recent years, we have seen nations gain their independence where colonialism was a problem, and we have seen groups within nations gain better opportunities without violence. So examples would be India. There are nations in Africa that came into being not violent on the basis of violence, but on the basis of nonviolent protests. Ghana would be an example, Nigeria, and many other nations in Africa. They have come into being as a result of the persistent agitation on the part of the masses of people who followed a nonviolent course of action. And I think the best and largest example was India. Now, I think that it is even more urgent to follow nonviolence in a situation where you are seeking to gain your rights within a nation that you're going to have to live in even after these rights come. In the colonial struggle, or the struggle for independence, you're seeking to drive a foreign invader out. When you're seeking integration, you're seeking an adjustment and better conditions in a situation where you will be living with the very people the next morning. And I think it is even more necessary in such a situation to follow nonviolence, because the one thing that nonviolence says is that your aim is not to destroy or annihilate the opponent, but to win his friendship and understanding, and you engage in your protest activities in order to arouse the conscience of the opponent and in order to bring the issue to the surface so that everybody can see it and deal with it. But you are not trying to get rid of him. And this is why I think it's so important to remain true to nonviolence.
Excuse me.